watch either. Yeah.
You've been excluded permanently.
Sick? He's coming out.
He's at school. He's better off there than hanging around here with you.
What are you doing, Saeed? Let's get out and make some money, Con.
Welcome back to Kermode Uncut. It's Monday. I'm here in the recording studios of the BBC. Last night, Sunday night, was the London Critics Circle Film Awards. It's an awards ceremony, happens every year, given out by critics. You may have seen some stuff about it in the press. Now, obviously, last night's ceremony was somewhat overshadowed by the announcement at the beginning of the awards that they just heard about the death of Philip Seymour Hoffman. Absolutely terrible event, and everyone in the room was genuinely stunned and really saddened to hear that at the beginning of the awards ceremony. A really appalling and unexpected thing. The awards themselves were very interesting. I did a blog a week or so ago asking what was a British film, and it was interesting looking at some of the winners from last night. You had, for example, the best film of the year, as decided by the critics, was 12 Years a Slave. Now, I know technically some people say that's not a British film. I think it is. I think it's British talent. It's British led. For me, it's very much a British film. We also had a very, very popular win. Judi Dench won Best Actress for Philomena, a film which again is transatlantic but very British in its inception. But the real standout wins of the evening were firstly for the young British performer, went to Connor Chapman, who is the star of The Selfish Giant, a film I absolutely love, and he was a very popular win. When he won, he was gracious enough to invite up onto the stage his co-star, Sean Thomas, who came up and joined him, and there was a lot of warmth in the room for Selfish Giant, which went on to win Best British Film of the Year. Now, when I did a blog recently saying, well, what is a British film? I said, in a way, Selfish Giant is the kind of film that you think of as being British. It kind of looks maybe to some extent like a Ken Loach movie, and it's based on an Oscar Wilde story. But after that win, I went back and watched Selfish Giant again. I've seen it 4 or 5 times now because it's just come out on DVD. Now, if you didn't see it in the cinema, make sure you make the effort to see The Selfish Giant on DVD. Clive Barnard is an extraordinary director, an extraordinary talent, a really unique voice. And what she's managed to do with The Selfish Giant is to take a story, a fairy tale, and somehow wed it to something which is earthy and realistic, a story of 2 young boys getting involved in the scrap trade in order to make money for their struggling families. On the one hand, you have this classic, timeless, mythical, poetic story that Oscar Wilde wrote that begins the journey of The Selfish Giant. On the other hand, you have something that's really steeped in the tradition of British realism, and together they become something quite extraordinary and quite magical. It was great that Selfish Giant won Best British Film at the London Critics Circle Film Awards. It was great that 12 Years a Slave won Best Film. As far as I'm concerned, if British filmmakers can make those kinds of movies, then the British film industry, whatever that means, is in really good shape.
Abra, it's me. Chill out.